things that we don't even really talk about on the live stream so much is there's way more to crypto than just buying a coin and waiting for the number to go up, the price. That's how a normie will only make money in crypto. Yeah, there's a great way to make money, but that's not the only opportunity. There's plenty of opportunities within on chain in crypto where you make money off of the capital that you have. So whether the price is going up or not, you're still generating an income off of that. And those are some of the things that I keep private for our private clients that come to us and they want to invest individually. They want to have us manage their portfolio. There are things like DeFi loans. We've talked about this. The different liquidity pool aspects to the space that, once the cycle's winding down from the bull run perspective, and then you want to rotate your profits into a situation where you're able to generate an income regardless of the price going up or down, those are the avenues that you would take. And so
it's a real store of value. It really has become a store of value now, like to a US dollar currency. It's somewhere you could put your money and that it's either going to make you an APY or it's going to go up in value, either one.
Exactly. Yep. And so when you have enough money, you have $1 million, $2 million, couple $1 million, and you don't even want to be in a high risk environment, or you just want to be able to preserve that wealth, there are ways where you just lock up that $1 million in a DeFi platform that we use, and you just generate a 15% APY on that $1 million. Guess what? You have an income every single month without spending any of that million. You could literally take the 15%.
That's 15 grand a month.
Exactly. So you take that money every single month now. That's your income. Now you don't have to work a job. But all you got to do is get to that $1 million. Now, the $1 million might sound like it's difficult to get to, but if you've got the right income, you hit the right investments, that's not out of the realm of possibility within a year or two. It's absolutely in the realm of possibility. So it's things like that people they just don't know about these things. They're not in a position or know the people to actually show them this. Everybody has the same opportunity. Everybody has access to the same ways to make money. The difference is you and me know about it and other people don't. So how are they going to take advantage of something that they don't know about? This is why you want to be in the network. This is why you got to have this brotherhood, this loyalty, so that as you're doing e-commerce, I'm doing crypto, Logan's into fitness, we're all learning our spaces at the highest levels and then coming back to each other, say, all right, here's how we can collaborate. Here's how we can make money together. Boom, 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 boom. So
yeah. And the thing about crypto is I think it's 50% of, like you said, knowing about it, just educating yourself about it, which we could teach you inside of the Taylor's Code. But the other 50% is just starting to get exposure to it. Find a place where you could deposit some money each month, buy some Ethereum, buy some Bitcoin, buy some Solana, whatever you want to do, put it in USD, and start getting exposure to the markets. Just start accumulating these coins and start learning about what it is that you could do to make money. And like you're saying, the liquidity pools and all these other things that we know about now. But the whole battle is just putting exposure to it. So getting your money in there and start seeing how it works is half the battle. The other half is just educating yourself to be able to learn how to make a wallet and to start getting on chain and things like that. So again, these are all things that everybody could learn. Not everybody is going to want to learn because one, people are stubborn, and then two, people are just lazy. They don't want to take the time out of their day for whatever reason to learn about this stuff. But it's so much opportunity in the crypto space right now. It's unbelievable. And the thing is, nobody talks about it. No, there's a small group of crypto guys on X that talk every day, and we know who they are. And you talk about it twice a week. We all see that, the people that are in the community. But for the people that actually want to get into the space, there's not a lot of resources out there. I mean, that you could work with on a daily basis. And besides these private communities, which we're co-founders of one, the Taylor's Code.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the information that's online is a fugazi. It's just a super base level educating on what's a coin or how does the blockchain work or what's Bitcoin. You'll get these little educational things that you can find online, which aren't bad if you have no idea how the industry works. But what you need to know is what the high level individuals are actually doing. What are the guys who are actually creating the opportunity for themselves and making money? What are they doing? Because you're not going to make the money doing what everybody else does. The opportunity lies within the scarcity of the opportunity. The less people that know about something, the less that they've exploited that opportunity, the more money that you're going to be able to make from it. Nobody knows about liquidity pools. Nobody knows how to generate fees off of that. Nobody knows how to generate fee off of the DeFi loans and leveraging your own collateral to take loans out against yourself to then. So I'll explain one of the strategies just so people can understand what we're talking about. So with a bank, right? How does a bank make money? Bank takes your money that you put into the bank and they loan it out to somebody else at an interest rate. So how do they make their money? They pay you, 1% on your money, and then they go ahead and loan out your money at a 5% rate, right? So it's basically arbitrage. They're taking your cash, paying you to hold it in their bank so then they can go sell it at a markup. Okay, that's how they make money. So they make the 4-point difference between the one they pay you and the 5 that they charge. Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's how a bank makes money. So how could you leverage that business model, which is obviously working at a very high level for banks? How can you leverage that for yourself? Well, in DeFi, when you actually get on chain, you can go on Ethereum and you can say, okay, I have capital. I have 100 grand in Bitcoin that I want to collateralize and then take a loan out against my 100,000 of Bitcoin, right? Collateral being your safety on the loan, right? If you buy a car and you get a loan for that car, your collateral is the car. You don't pay the loan, they take your car. Same thing with a house. You get a mortgage, you don't pay your mortgage, they take your house. There's your collateral. So if you lock up $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, you have 100 grand of collateral, you can loan out to yourself $80,000 against your 100,000 of Bitcoin. So you now take that 80,000 in USDT, that stable coin, and you go invest that into Pepe, Andy, Wolf, Brett, which are going to be a higher leverage play than a Bitcoin, meaning that if Bitcoin goes up 2x, Pepe is going to go up 10x, right? So now, by you taking that 80,000 and buying Pepe with it, then you outperform Bitcoin. Your $80,000 that you loaned out to yourself is now worth, let's say, $250,000. You still only owe back $80,000 on that loan. So you take your $250,000, you pay back the 80, you profit the 170, right? You profit the 170, and then guess what? You get your 100K collateral back too. That's but people don't know about that.
Yeah,
it's the biggest finesse. It's finesse.